What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Scene Snobs Reviews. This is where we look at new movies and we get in depth about what we liked and we didn't like about them. Appreciate you stopping by. These are spoiler reviews, so if you haven't had a chance to see the movie, make sure you come back and check it out. This episode, we're talking about The Drama, directed by Christopher Borgli and starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson as Emma and Charlie. They're an engaged couple during the week of their wedding, and their stress levels are at the max. They are planning and things are going all over the place, and they just want to kind of settle in. So one night when they're hanging out drinking with some friends, they decide to share the worst things each of them have done. And now as this goes on, Emma goes last and she lets them know that she had planned a school shooting when she was in high school, but didn't go through with it. And that sets off a whole bunch of turmoil between all of them. Her friends are not happy about this information and they start to gun for her, and Charlie is sort of caught in the crossfire when he doesn't know what to do. This upends their lives completely during the week of their wedding, and everything starts to unravel for them. They start wondering and having doubts about each other, anger starts setting in, and they really are having a tough time connecting and trying to get over this hurdle that they have just sort of come about. This was an interesting story. I really liked how this was written. It's well done how it's played out. I do like the editing. The technical side of this, when it comes to the editing, really plays this well. This being a dark comedy, one of my favorite elements of the story is as we kind of go on and we see the awkwardness and we see all of this tension building up between these characters, we do get flashbacks of Emma when she was younger and why she started planning this and why she got out of it, why she didn't want to do it, and kind of how she built her life to be very much the antithesis of what she was in high school and to start doing good things and really helping people. But that's the part that we get to see. But how these characters play off of each other, the chemistry in that way, the tension is very thick and it is there, and you can see it right on screen. The dark comedy elements kind of remind me in tone of a movie like Election. There's this very sort of subtle dark comedy that was there, and everybody played off of it really well. My biggest issue with it all was the chemistry between the characters. They were playing against each other really well, but I didn't really see them sort of come together really well. Like, I couldn't see two people being friends or how they were all kind of playing against each other. But I did like how overall it kind of came about. Like I said, when it comes to the editing of this was the highlight of the film for me. I thought they did such a great job. And Zendaya is the fantastic part about this. She's really carrying the movie really well. Robert Pattinson does well to kind of play off of it and play this like sort of nerdy type of guy who's sort of like in his own head and he can't get out of his own way. But he's not a good guy. He's sort of the antagonist of the entire story, and I like what he brought to the character. Special shout out to Alana Haim, who played Rachel. She is the most hated character. I still hate this character, but she did such a good job to make me hate this character. How she played it went really well, and it really helped enhance this story. One big element of this movie is when they are sharing their secrets. I thought it was really well done how they played off of the three that share their bullying stories and how they bullied somebody, and the degree of which they get worse and worse. And then by the time you get to Emma, she's talking about something horrendous, committing this violent act, but you get to see that she was actually one of the bullied that was in there. So it adds layers to the character and what was going on and what led her to that point. And through the flashbacks, you get the in-depth look of how she changed and what this was all about and how this was playing out. It didn't feel cheap in any way, and I appreciated that. But overall, this movie was pretty good. I didn't mind it. I don't think I'd ever watch it again. It's a dark theme, but it isn't a thriller. And with the dark comedy side, the comedy doesn't always land. So for me, it can get a little stale at times, and the pacing can be off at times. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Sound off in the comments and let's talk about The Drama. Have you had a chance to see it? What did you think about it? What was your favorite elements of it? Your favorite scenes? And if you didn't like it, I want to hear that too. What didn't you like about it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Go check us out on the channel. Make sure to subscribe there. Hit that like button. Hit that comment button. Really helps us go a long way as we build out this channel. Go check out our podcast live on Monday nights at 8 p.m. or you can listen to it on any podcast platform or watch it on our channel. Thank you guys again. Make sure to follow us at the Scene Snobs all over social media, and you can read written reviews and more over on our Substack and Letterboxd, especially of all these new movies. Thank you guys again. Until next time, make sure you take care of yourselves. That's important. Be kind, rewind, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.